Hi traders, and welcome to the daily recap show for today, which was Monday the 13th of June. So we're going to start as always with the FTSE. We spoke about the fact that we'd seen a strong sell-off in the global indices, which switched their bias firmly back to the bear side. So we were looking for more shorts than longs at the moment in this current market conditions. We said if we saw acceptance with momentum below 72.28 to 72.38, then we can open up moves to key higher time frame support at 71.55 to 71.65. We said initial resistance today was 73.11 to 73.20 to 73.23, and moves above there that we could look to resistance higher. So let's go and have a look at the FTSE today. Okay, so you can see we never got any inventory correction back up to that sort of 73.11, 73.23 area that we were looking for as initial resistance. We had the gap from Friday, so Friday's closing price in that area, which is why we were sort of maybe expecting that there could be a potential pullback into that area as resistance. But we never saw that at the open. We sort of held above that 72.28 to 72.38, but you can see here we came down, we held it as support here. You did actually sort of have a bit of a reversal signal here where we'd done a bit of a liquidity grab below the overnight lows and then put in a false break pattern. I mean, it was a support zone, so I guess it is valid. But as I said in the report, we are definitely switched to the bear side at the moment. So really, longs are very tricky and a little bit dangerous unless they're from the higher time frame, really key support zones. And it's actually always best at the moment, actually maybe even to look for higher time frame reversals, especially if you're new and a beginning trader. So these sorts of trades are probably for more advanced traders who can manage their risk a little bit tighter. But as you can see, as we this one, if you had taken this one, this would have been a loss, or you could have potentially made a smaller loss once you start seeing this pullback here. So we then got that impulsive push through with momentum below that 72.28 to 72.38 area, and we got a pullback, and we got an aggressive continuation pattern there off that zone and off the 8 moving average to move down into this area, into this zone here. We didn't quite make it down into that 71.55-65 area, but we then did pull back and we retested this 72.28 to 72.38 zone. We tested it here and had a reaction. No real reversal signal in that, or reversal pattern in that area, but this one here was a really nice trade. It was just after the US Open. We took out the liquidity from that previous swing high, closed back below that zone. It really was a very nice trade, and that came down. You would have certainly been managing that and taking most of your profits in from this zone, and any runner. You may have booked your profits, or any runner may have just missed the full target down here at 71.67 to 71.55 to 71.65. Sorry, but yeah, definitely a lot of room to make a nice risk to reward trade off of that reversal pattern there. We're now back up trading up here, just in the US session, so we'll have to wait and see what the market does overnight, how the market reacts to the close of the US session and into the Asian session, and we'll update with the zones of interest for tomorrow's session in tomorrow morning's report. So in summary, we had one really nice textbook trade, one trade which I think was just a bit too risky, certainly for any unless you're a really advanced trader. That would have been a loss or maybe a small loss, and then this one here was an aggressive trade, which would have been a nice winner as well. So now let's go and have a look at the DAX. Okay, so in the DAX, we spoke about the sell-off in the global indices as well, with our attention to be on the bear side. We said again, if we saw the inventory correction, we had initial resistance at 13.750 to 13.755, with acceptance below 13.480 to 510. Then we could see moves towards higher time frames, key support at 13.260 to 295. So let's go and have a look at the DAX today. Okay, so the DAX, slightly similar, I guess, to the FTSE, was opened up above that 13.480 to 510 area that we had as the area that where it needed to break down through to see lower pricing. We came down and we did test it here. We did get sort of like a bit of support from it here. A bit similar to the FTSE. This is not a trade that I would have taken. I may have taken this trade if we're overall bullish in the market, but this one, I think it's just a bit too risky at the moment, especially with how bearish we are. We then got the push down through that zone here, and notice once we got the acceptance down here, we never ever gained acceptance back above that zone throughout the day. Price was a little bit choppier. We didn't really see that strong momentum down into that key support, but any trades that you would have been shorting from this area with your stop above here would have been safe. We did actually have a fairly nice reversal signal here. It was over the lunchtime session, so it's not something that I was particularly looking at. And price action, generally speaking, was fairly choppy. We also had another sell signal here. This was at the same time as the FTSE, and the FTSE signal was actually much better. So if you was looking at both markets, I would have definitely focused on the FTSE. In fact, that was a trade that I actually took myself, was the one on the FTSE, and this one would have been a nice risk to reward trade. You could have certainly managed it into this area and taken some more profits at this zone here, but we never saw the momentum down into that really key support area. Again, almost identical to the FTSE, we are now trading in and around this zone at the moment in the US session. So we'll have to wait and see what happens overnight and see where we are in the morning as to what zones are most relevant. But as always, we'll update that in the report. So the best opportunities were definitely on the FTSE today, but you can see those zones, that zone worked really well, both on the FTSE and the DAX, pretty much in sync with each other in terms of working in regards to price action. DAX was just a little bit more choppy and didn't offer as good a trading opportunities as the FTSE. So that's the recap for today, guys. Hope you really found this useful. Please let me know what you think in the comments box below on the YouTube channel. If you haven't already, please sign up to the Keyzone service. The link is in the box below. You'll get to be part of the Keyzone Traders community. You can then start discussing these trades with other traders who are part of the service. You will also get these reports before the market opens, so that you can actually plan for your trading day as well. So it's really, really important, and it can add a lot of value to your trading. So the link is in the box below on our YouTube channel. I hope you had a great weekend. I hope we have a really positive week this week, and I'll speak to you again tomorrow. Cheers.